Welcome back to the Nerdwork Nexus. So if you're tuning in, you're probably an engineering or STEM student, which means internship season is here.
It's coming.
But at the Nerdwork Nexus, we're not just about helping you get an internship.
No,
We want to help you snag that full-time offer.
that's right. We want to help you turn that summer gig into a full-time position.
We're going to turn that internship into the ultimate audition.
Yes.
And to help you do that, we've gathered some really insightful advice from all sorts of fields.
Across the board.
Like it's the ultimate playbook for how to impress your future bosses before you even graduate. Okay, so first thing you need to know is that not all internships are created equal.
That is correct. So some companies, they design their internship programs specifically as pipelines to full-time roles.
Okay.
But others, they're just looking for like short-term help. It's kind of like, it's kind of like the difference between, dating with the intention of marriage
Nice.
versus
A summer fling.
a summer fling. Exactly.
How do we know if a company is looking for the one, so to speak?
You just got to ask, you got to be direct.
Okay.
During the application or in the interview, just ask, hey, does this internship have the potential to turn into a full-time role?
Straightforward.
Yeah.
I like it. Cut to the chase.
It saves you time and heartache later on.
So let's say we've gotten the internship at a company that is known for giving return offers.
Okay.
We're in. But what do we do before day one to set ourselves apart?
Well, preparation is key.
Okay.
We talked to a data scientist, and they emphasized the importance of research.
Research. Yeah.
So spend some time getting to know the company really well.
Okay.
What are their core products or services?
Got it.
What technologies are they using?
Okay.
If you have contact info for your team or your manager,
Right.
even better.
So reach out to them before the internship even starts.
Exactly. Introduce yourself.
Okay.
Express your enthusiasm for the opportunity. And if you can try to get a feel for the kinds of projects you might be working on.
I can see how that would really impress the boss. It shows initiative. Shows you want to contribute and you're going to hit the ground running on day one.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about what you can do during the internship to stand out.
Right.
I mean, obviously you're going to have the technical skills.
Especially in engineering, yeah.
Everyone's going to expect that. So what else matters?
Yeah, what really sets you apart from the other interns
Right.
who are also trying to get that full-time offer?
Competing.
Yeah, so we talked to a graphic designer and they said, given the choice between two interns,
Okay.
one's technically brilliant but grumpy,
Okay.
and the other is socially adept with decent work. They would choose the socially adept one every single time.
Really? So you're saying being likable is more important than being a coding superstar?
Especially early in your career.
Okay.
Being someone people enjoy working with is a huge asset.
Makes sense.
It really signals that you understand teamwork,
Right.
communication, and collaboration.
So how do you become that likable intern?
Well,
Is it like fake laughing and smiling all the time?
not at all.
Okay.
It's about being genuinely enthusiastic and engaged. So, like, put your phone away during meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Be proactive. Don't wait to be told what to do. If you finish a task early, ask what else you can help with.
Okay.
Things like that.
So take initiative.
Yes,
Be interested in the work. Be someone people want to be around.
exactly.
Got it.
And also show that eagerness to learn. So as to shadow people. Or ask questions like, how does my work fit into the bigger picture of the company?
I like it.
All of that shows that you're invested not just in your specific tasks, but in the team and the company as a whole.
Okay, so we've talked about being likable, but it's not just about being the fun intern.
Right.
What about taking ownership and exceeding expectations?
Yeah. Yes. That's where project management comes in.
Okay.
Even seasoned professionals struggle with this.
Really?
But it's a skill that you can start honing right now during your internship.
So what does good project management look like for an intern?
Well, one MBA student gave us some fantastic advice on this.
Okay.
They emphasized the importance of being proactive with your manager.
Okay.
So instead of waiting for instructions, set up regular one-on-one meetings with your manager.
So you're taking control right from the start.
Exactly. Use these meetings to clarify expectations.
Okay.
What does success actually look like for this internship? Find out their preferred communication style.
Oh, right. Some people like email.
Email, Slack, quick chats, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And this is key.
Okay.
Track your accomplishments throughout the internship.
So keep a detailed record of all your projects.
Projects.
Meetings. Even like small wins.
Exactly.
Why is that so important?
Well, it shows that you're organized. you're proactive, and plus it'll be incredibly helpful when you're asking for feedback.
Okay.
Or discussing areas for improvement. You'll have concrete examples.
Gotcha. So it's like building a portfolio, but within the internship.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
Focus on delivering high-quality work.
of course.
Don't just meet the bare minimum, go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Look for ways to improve processes or add value even beyond your assigned tasks.
Initiative exceeding expectations, constantly looking for improvement.
Yes. And of course, always be seeking feedback.
Yeah.
And show that you're applying it.
That shows you're really trying to learn.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered being likable,
Yeah.
project management.
Project management.
What else?
What other secret weapons do we have?
Yeah.
This one might seem obvious, but networking.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about networking to land the internship.
Right.
It's about building relationships throughout your time there.
So don't just stay in your little intern bubble.
Don't stay in your bubble, no. That MBA student we keep mentioning
Yeah.
also emphasized networking beyond your immediate team.
Okay.
Chat with people in other departments, get their perspective on the company, the industry.
Expand your knowledge base.
Exactly.
Okay.
Plus, it shows that you're genuinely interested in the company as a whole, not just your specific role.
Any pro tips on networking?
Oh yeah, be intentional.
Okay.
Don't just chat for the sake of chatting.
All right.
Offer something in return for their advice.
Okay.
Use coffee chats wisely, come prepared with questions.
Uh-huh.
Be genuinely interested in their career journey.
Right?
And share your own story concisely and compellingly.
What about the one-page about me slide
Oh yeah,
that I've heard about?
great idea.
For context.
Yeah, it's like a mini resume, but more visual.
So we talked about being like SIGable project management networking, but ultimately it comes down to securing the offer.
Right, the offer.
You've put in the work, impressed everyone. Now, how do you seal the deal?
Don't leave it to chance.
Okay.
This is where clear communication is key.
So no more subtle hints.
No more subtle hints.
We're being direct.
You got it. And this is where that former software engineer at Meta comes in with some critical insight.
Right.
Not every manager understands that the internship program is a talent pipeline.
What?
You have to explicitly tell them you want to return full-time.
Really? I thought they just assumed that.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Some managers see internships as purely temporary positions.
Oh, wow.
It's your job to make it clear that you're looking for a long-term commitment.
So don't be afraid to advocate for yourself.
Advocate for yourself, yes.
What else?
So remember those regular one-on-one meetings we talked about?
Yeah.
Use them. Ask
Yeah.
your manager what it takes to qualify for a return offer.
Right.
Get clear on the evaluation criteria and what differentiates exceeds expectations from greatly exceeds expectations.
So you're saying it's like knowing the rules of the game before you play.
Exactly. You know exactly what you need to do to win. And remember, use your internship experience to gauge if this is truly the right place for you.
Yeah.
If you're unsure, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's better to know now than to accept a full-time offer and realize it's not a good fit.
Makes sense.
And even if you don't get a return offer, stay in touch with your network. Those connections could lead to amazing opportunities down the road.
Because relationships matter.
They do.
You're becoming someone they could imagine working with for years.
Right, exactly. And, you know, some of our listeners might be wondering, okay, I understand the big picture, but what are some specific things I can do during the internship to really make a lasting impression?
Are there some actionable steps?
Absolutely. The importance of tracking your achievements throughout the internship. Tracking. So don't just rely on memory.
Okay.
Like, actually create a record of your projects, your initiatives, even those small wins.
Like a portfolio.
It's like a portfolio. Exactly.
I like that.
And it shows that you're organized.
Yeah.
You're proactive.
Okay.
And you have a sense of ownership over your work.
Makes sense. We also heard from a really seasoned civil engineer
Oh, yeah.
with tons of experience. And they recommended actually asking your manager about the company's evaluation process.
Ask them.
So basically asking, like, what does it take to get a return offer?
Yeah.
What's the difference between exceeds expectations and greatly exceeds expectations?
Like knowing the rules of the game before you play.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do to win.
Exactly. And speaking of, aiming high,
Yeah.
don't be shy about discussing compensation.
Okay.
Intern pay isn't always the best. So if your performance reviews are stellar
Right.
and you're consistently exceeding those expectations, it's totally reasonable to advocate for a raise.
Yeah. Know your worth.
Know your worth, exactly.
Okay, so let's go back to networking for a second.
Okay.
We've talked about how important it is, but are there specific strategies that listeners can use to really maximize the value of their connections.
Well, this is where those coffee chats can be really impactful.
Right.
But we're not talking about just casual, aimless conversations. We're talking about like strategic, intentional chats as opportunities to learn about people's career paths.
Go.
Their roles within the company, and even get insights on the project you're currently working on.
Oh, so it's like insider knowledge. Yeah.
Exactly. And remember to come prepared with thoughtful questions.
Oh, yeah.
Be genuinely interested in what they have to say.
Right.
And don't underestimate the power of a follow-up.
A follow-up.
A simple thank you note or email.
Okay.
It goes a long way.
Right. And don't forget about the people you're working with directly.
Yes, your team, your manager.
Yeah.
These are the people who will be advocating for you when it comes to those return offer decisions.
So this is where all those soft skills we talked about really matter.
Being likable.
Yeah.
A team player, having a positive attitude.
No one wants to work with a grumpy genius.
Exactly. We talked to a senior graphic designer, and they said they would choose a socially adept intern with solid work over a brilliant but challenging personality any day.
Okay.
Especially early in your career, being someone people enjoy working with is such a valuable asset.
So it's not just about what you know, but how you make people feel.
Exactly. It's about those interpersonal dynamics.
Right. And a big part of that is showing enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah. An electrical engineer at Stantec actually shared a story about 2 interns.
Okay.
One was incredibly enthusiastic.
Okay.
Always eager to learn consistently, went the extra mile. The other?
The other?
Not so much. Guess which one got a glowing review?
I can imagine.
But how do you showcase enthusiasm authentically?
Well,
isn't there a risk of seeming disingenuous?
It's about being engaged, asking questions, and being a self-starter.
Okay.
Don't just passively wait for instructions, like actively seek opportunities to contribute. If you finish your tasks early, ask if there's anything else you can help with.
Right.
It's all about that proactive mindset we've been talking about.
And shadowing.
Shadowing, yes.
Sitting in on meetings.
Absolutely. Even if it's just to observe.
Right.
It shows that willingness to learn and absorb as much as possible.
All of this is so practical and insightful.
It is.
But I'm seeing a theme here.
Oh, yeah.
It's initiative, open communication, and relationship building.
Those are the pillars of a successful internship experience.
And we can't forget about feedback.
Feedback, yes. A senior actuary at an insurance company actually emphasized the importance of asking why.
Why?
Why? So don't just blindly focus on completing tasks.
Okay.
Try to understand how your work aligns with the team's overarching goals.
That shows a deeper level of understanding.
It does.
Yeah.
And when you receive feedback, embrace it earnestly and demonstrate that you're applying it.
Okay.
That willingness to learn and grow is something that every employer values.
Right. So it seems like the goal is to become the intern that everyone is eager to hire, not just because you're competent, but because you're an asset to the team.
You make a positive impact.
Exactly.
And remember, even if you don't receive a return offer right away, don't despair.
Right.
Stay connected with your network.
Yeah.
Continue learning. Keep refining your skills. The right opportunity will present itself.
Okay.
The job market is dynamic.
Yeah.
It's ever evolving.
Okay.
Patience and persistence are key.
All right, we've covered a lot today.
We have.
From pre-internship prep to networking to securing that offer. But before we wrap up, I want to highlight one final crucial point. Landing a return offer is awesome. But it's not the only measure of success.
Right.
The skills you build. The connections you make during your internship are...
They're invaluable.
Yeah.
No matter what happens.
So you're saying even if I don't get that dream job right out of college, it's still a win.
It's a long-term investment in your future.
Okay.
You're getting experience, you're growing your network, you're honing those soft skills. And those are going to be so valuable throughout your entire career.
So it's about the bigger picture.
It's the bigger picture, yeah. And remember, the job market, it's constantly changing.
It is.
The company that's not hiring today might be your dream employer tomorrow.
Okay.
So stay connected, nurture that network, keep your skills sharp, and be open to new opportunities.
I like that. Yeah. All right, before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Something to think about.
Okay.
Let's go back to that idea of being likable.
Being likable.
It's not just about being enjoyable to be around.
It's deeper than that.
Right.
It's about building trust and respect.
It's about being someone people can rely on.
Yeah.
Someone who brings value to the team.
Someone who elevates the whole group.
Exactly. And it starts with being genuine. Be yourself, embrace your strengths.
Yeah.
Let your personality shine through.
Don't try to fit into a mold.
Right.
Just be the best version of you.
Love that. And the right opportunities will come.
They will.
All right, that's it for this episode of the Nerdwork Nexus.
That's a wrap.
We gave you a ton of advice on how to turn that internship into a full-time gig.
We did.
So go out there and make the most of it. We're here to support you every step of the way. Check out our website for more resources on internships, career advice, and all things engineering.